Hello and welcome back to another edition of the Medeek Wall plugin. My name is Nathaniel P. Wilkerson, and today I wanted to discuss insulated headers a little bit. So let's go ahead and just get started right off the bat and throw down a grid and then a wall so we can throw some windows into it. All right, and you're going to notice that I've gone ahead and turned off all of the layers or tags, typically like all the cladding and sheathing and all that. So basically we just have this skeleton or the framing showing. Okay, so let's go ahead and throw a couple windows in there. Now I'm going to start right off the bat with just our typical filled header, which let's just use OSB, a couple ply, and then let's throw a few windows in here. Start off with. Okay, so a lot of the times you'll see something like this, what I call a filled header. It's basically a couple of 2x6s, 2x8s, 2x10s, whatever, just your regular sawn lumber. And then you'll put like OSB or plywood, half inch typically, or 7/16, whatever it is. So you'll fill that in between, sandwich it between the two pieces of lumber. And that's what I call a filled header, right? So what I've done recently, though, is I've extended this concept of filled header a little bit to include 5 more materials, and those are basically foam, right? So you can basically generate a insulated header using the same method. So let's go ahead and jump into the global settings here, go over to the second page into the headers. So underneath your custom header library, typically this is already all populated, but I don't have the insulated headers populated yet. But I've added a few here already, just to test it out. But let's go ahead and we'll walk you through creating one of these. And you can see here I've got a bunch of them already created. So the first thing you'll notice is the 5 different material types. So previously with filled headers you had OSB or ply was your only option. Now you have PU, EPS, ISO, XPS, and GPS. I think those are the 5 different foam insulation options. And yeah, I can't remember what all these stand for. I think PU is polyurethane and expanded polystyrene, and one of them is graphite polystyrene. Anyways, regardless, it doesn't really matter. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and click Add Header, and let's go ahead and let's just and by the way, you need to if you want to do one of these what I call filled headers, you need to have a minimum of 2 plies, right? Otherwise it won't basically do anything. So 2 or 3, you can use 3 as well, but typically with insulated headers we're talking 2 ply. And so this first part of the name, this doesn't really matter actually. I'm just putting here, it's more descriptive so I know what I'm talking about. So I want to do a 2x8, and then this is the part that's important, right? So you put the keyword fill followed by an underscore, and in this case let's do PU actually, polyurethane, and then follow that by your dimension. So I want the foam core to be 2.5 inches thick, so that'll be nice and flush for a 2x6 wall. And then because we're doing a 2x8, you manually go ahead and key in your dimensions here, 7.25 depth. And of course 1.5 is typical for lumber. So again, this part that I'm highlighting right here, the 2 bracket 2x8, that part actually doesn't really matter. You really can do whatever you want. All that really matters is that you have this keyword string in here. So fill underscore your material, and it's going to be one of these essentially 7 options, and then followed by a dimension in inches and decimal format, of course. And then that's basically it. And then let's just go ahead and click Add Header. Okay, so now if I drop down a little further on my listing here, you'll see here it is. So here's this one right on the bottom. That's our new header, custom header. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump back in here, and then I'm going to edit one of these windows real quick, and I'll select this one. Okay, so now we should see here in the drop down, yeah, so we can see now we've got this new one that we've set up. So we'll go ahead and select that, hit update, and there you go. So now you can see that we've got a 2x8 header, insulated header with polyurethane as the core. Just to kind of show you that a little better, let's just jump in here and I'm going to hide this particular stud, this king stud. So you can see we've got, flush both in and out. And again, this dimension, that thickness, you can set that to whatever you like. I just knew that it was 2.5 inches because 1.5 plus 1.5 plus 2.5 is 5.5. And I wanted that set up that way. So that's pretty much it. You've got, again, let's see, what is it? You have 5 insulation options: EPS, ISO, XPS, GPS, and PU. If there's any other foam insulation options people would like added, I can easily do that. It's not that hard, actually. Probably take about 5 more minutes to add in another, however many other material options with that respect to that. But right now, it is hard coded in, so you can't just arbitrarily add materials as far as the foam insulation. So that's pretty much it. These insulated headers are really nothing more than a typical filled header, just that now we've got some more material options to choose from. All right, guys, if you have any questions on this, let me know, and we will talk to you all later.